Test mic 1, 2, 3. Test.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everybody. Today we have Dr. Wilian Ybanez with us for our lunch talk session. And before we begin, how are you doing, Doctor?
Fine, very fine.
Right. I hope everyone here is also having a fantastic lunch. In the meanwhile, you could listen to us talk about parapsychology. Today we will be highlighting the nature and what exactly is parapsychology. And before we begin, I would like to introduce panelist Dr. Wilian Ybanez, and about his academic background. Dr. Ybanez graduated from Liège University in Belgium, and he has been practicing as a psychiatrist since from 2008 to 2010, and then he worked with the United Nations as a psychiatrist and psychologist from 2008 to 2012. And he is an expert in parapsychology. He also worked with the Interpol as a, uh, and also the United Nations as an advisor. Right, so let's us start with the first question for today about the nature of parapsychology. So, Doctor, I believe most of our audience here is still unclear exactly what is parapsychology. Could you share with us exactly and describe what exactly is parapsychology?
Well, parapsychology is what is above psychology. What is natural, normal, we used to know since the last 100 years. But when we start deducting certain phenomena and abnormal or unexplainable or weird things that we cannot use psychology and other research, philosophic research and other techniques that we use to detect, to check on patient or phenomenon, then we start creating parapsychologists. So now parapsychologists is above psychologists. We're not using the five sense, and we developed more than five sense. For example, small example, when we start having actually 80% of the field is what is connected otherwise to the other world, to the other creation, the other what we call diamond. Mostly we want to know whether there is interaction between them and us. We want to know whether somebody had seen them, hit them, touched them, or had some relationship with them. Is there a relationship with them? Can be over with them, can be appropriate with them, etc. So this is one of 80% of parapsychology since long time ago. And the other thing is our spirit. We always want to know our spirit is what. Spirit is something can be touched, can be seen, can be detected. So those techniques only by parapsychological technology have developed some equipment, but only in very few countries, just US and some European countries. Still, most of the world ignore totally this parapsychology only in some books. There is no center, no lab, no technique how to even to start certain research. So parapsychology is otherwise until now is uh, most of research based on to disbelieve, to to tell that is not true and that's not normal, that's not scientific. It's the opposite. It's not to confirm something. There was a challenge, somebody called James Randi, American, had created by his own efforts an institute.
I know that the skeptical institute.
James Randi, yeah.
James Randi.
James Randi, he done research and he challenged, he said, I pay $1 billion for everybody that can prove something abnormal. To me personally, for example, if I talk about my own personal experiences, I went to China in 20 years ago. I've been still believing at that time maybe there was something. I'm now 40 plus. And at that time I was 20 years. I went to the zone Antarctic with Beijing. They have an institute and they say they have some powers, abnormal powers. So when you go there, you learn in the institutes mostly connected to their spiritual sports like Kung Fu and others. They say there is a man with some inner power. It's
Like
called
Qi.
Tai Chi, Wushu and Jiangsu and others. If he stop in front of you and you focus and he has some power, he can push you and you can fall down. So when I went, there was from Germany, from Holland, from other countries, some people by curiosity they came to know about that. They all failed and they fall down, but I didn't fall down because I wasn't believing that was true. That's helped me to win. I said, I don't believe it. I said, whatever you have, I don't believe something can go out. So this is parapsychology. If something can go out from your body, what is it? You have technology to check. You have scanners, you have RMI, you have the technology that you can do. So if there is nothing, it's only in the mind. And this parapsychology also is one of the biggest obstacles to the misuse of religion, either Muslim or Buddhist or Hindi or any. Because those misuse the religion and they take Islam or Christianity or Buddhism or any other respected religion for its fit to misuse it economically for money. They say they have power to heal people. Some Muslims they say you can read on the water, Quran, and can cure cancer. And that scientifically has nothing to do. Either maybe somebody believe and cure miraculously somehow, but scientifically this is not possible. And we have 1,000 ways. And even in our world now, in the Malaysia old world, we have 70% of the people among this population are sick psychologically, not detected. Because it's been said, most of people, if they go to hospital to do full blood test, RMI scanner, we all go into our sect, right? 70 people of the people are, the population of the world got insulin resistant and other problems. So to me, when I see the term psychological, if we diagnostic our word psychologically, we need to have, I believe, more than 70%. Doesn't mean very severe cases, but different. All of us should have problems because we are not protected from psychological problems. So, what caused the obstacle? We don't cure psychologically, we don't become perfect in our mind, our psychology, and our physics. The misuse of those people that I'm talking about and parapsychology started to stop these people from misusing their ways to cheat people, to lie people, to hallucinate people, to tell. There is hypnosis also. 80% of it is just a way of wasting time, writing books and making movies and making documentaries, but in fact useless science. You can use hypnosis for anything. And there are some many documentaries, sometimes they say you can even do operation without fluid
Anesthesia.
no anesthesia. We can just do this. That is a procedure that never happened. And when they do some documentaries, and the team who are doing this are all in charge of the idea, just for media. The team want to promote certain idea to think that is true. For example, everybody heard about Chris Angel. You heard about Chris Angel, you heard about magician, big magician. That can fly,
Yes,
some
magicians.
magician. That all those people, they are dealing with their friend about something, and they make it like joke. For example, Chris Angel went to a hotel, he paid the hotel, he paid the people before, and he deal with them, but he will come suddenly and walk on the water.
So they are compatriots.
Contracted. And he has some magical power, and everybody flew, and he become famous, and he fly, and there is something like one he used for fishing, cannot fishing, and there is a big chondai carry him and he fly. All those are technique they want for money, and especially now recently, this last 20 years, YouTube and social media, if you have many views, you can make money. So they fabricate and they make it by themselves, and there is nothing above normal. What is normal? We have the sense is half broken until now through each time, and what we have now. The technology that we have in between hand is satellite, helicopter, aeroplane, gravitation, food, and that's all we have. Rather than that, we don't have. And those who say there is a jinn can also can enter the body of the person and manipulate, etc. There is absolutely nothing from the 7,000 hadith, all the hadith we have in between our head, and I know hadith very well. There is no in hadith or in Quran, there is any evidence that a jinn can enter and control and manipulate the body of the human being. Absolutely. There is one hadith very weak and we cannot use, far that it has been said that Rasulullah talked to one son, had some manifestation, and he said out from him and Rasulullah. That is not correct.
So that hadith has a weakness now.
Weakness is not in Musnad Ahmad. There is no Al-Bukhari or Al-Quran. So most of what hurt me here in Malaysia, for example, when I came, why I choose Malaysia, for example, is one of the most developed Muslim country. So I had choice Turkey or Qatar or Emirates, then I choose Malaysia. When I came here, I find ustads everywhere. They are, instead of teaching people Quran, they have their food and they give them treatment and they give it. I said, what's wrong with this situation there? Who is in charge of this? That is a misuse of religion. You have to stay in the madrasa, tahfiz only. The authorities must take action strictly. Then, because they cause problem more than they give people treatment. Because they don't know what they are doing. Everything they analyze and then they diagnose shaitan and jinn. And I contact scientists. If you, for example, you go to contact them, they're going to tell you have a gene. What even is a gene today? Your memory problem, you cannot focus, is a gene. You cannot drive properly, a gene in your car, and everything. Because they have just one idea they develop it to make it for their income to make money. That's wrong also. And not only in Islam, also in Catholicism, in Brazil, in Africa, in Russia. I'm born in South America, actually I'm Spanish, I'm born in South America also, everywhere people there doing the same. You open just a garage, and they say, Jesus love you, hallelujah. So then they start doing this, they pray for you, they have some oil, they sell with $1,000, they just pray for you, all your disease will disappear. This is also misuse of religion, and making money in exploiting the ignorance of people.
Yes, doctor. What if, let's say, parapsychology is the study of how paranormal activities work in the eyes of people who believe, not science.
Not science.
Because we cannot really explain paranormal phenomena through naturalistic explanation, or in other words, science. So how does people promulgate these ideas through parapsychology? People will claim that they have abilities to exorcise people, or abilities to identify or talk to spirits, And all this are not based on scientific facts. They are based on your beliefs. But the point here is that, as Dr. have already said, it is true that there exists a metaphysical phenomena, but they rarely contribute to the physical world. They don't act by helping us win wars, for example.
Worsening,
Yeah.
worsening thousands times than helping us. Worsening, making sometimes things that's very normal, very easy can be solved with just someone with wisdom to advise a person with a problem, and they worsening and they sending people until they until death or suicide.
Yes, doctor, because people believe and they want to confirm their beliefs, and parapsychology helps them to confirm their beliefs. So it's very important that we first take steps in trying to be more skeptical and try to solve problems using rational approaches rather than listening to the psychics. So, doctor, for the next question, so if scientific explanations are not enough to explain paranormal phenomena, who should we believe? Should we believe in the psychics? Should we believe in science? Or should we just say that the paranormal doesn't exist?
Yeah, actually, depending to the people knowledge, the easy solution of this is through education and the Ministry of Religion here in Malaysia. We have to be very strict first from the top on the scholars, from ministers and scholars, and the head of because in Malaysia is more complicated than this because you have three nations here. You have the Buddhism, and we have Hinduism, and about 30% Christian, and others Muslims. So
They are money on East Malaysia, animism.
yeah, so the work must be from the top to be very good result and fast result to take action. Parliament must take strict actions, rules, and police must do their job. And the patient must go to hospital first, then to the specialist and can be cured. Yeah, this is the only. And the ustad must be ustad, and the Buddhist in the temple must be Buddhist, and everybody do his work limited to us. The law allowing not to keep going out and misuse this for
Don't use parapsychology as an excuse for profit.
and as a parapsychology, I advise, for example, Malaysia government, see which one you can talk to. I've been thinking about that. Can do a center of parapsychology and cooperate with the Ministry of Health and with Ministry of Defense. Then can take actions. I believe in few months we can clean Malaysia from all this. Then people will start believing really because people from psoriasis they send them to ustads. What ustads has with psoriasis? People with asthma they send them to other field. And there are one like the ruin, a disaster, like people in big confusion what to do with small issues. So this must have a very strong, as I said, parliament from the top of the government must take action. Then we can clean this situation. And parapsychology can just have a center. I can help if I'm still here, can instruct others how to take action. And when you introduce me with Interpol, why Interpol? Because Interpol, they needed me for that reason. Because it's a worldwide issue. Sometimes we hear there is in Russia one hole, and deeper, they've been digging deeper, and they found some voices. Then someone from Yemen, they say, those are the bad spirits of some bad people are getting punished because they are in the hill. And he brings some Quran ayats and explains.
So they have dipped and managed to reach hell.
Inside the hill. And after this, American together with Russian, they found out that some machine is not off. It took off, just off the battery, then it stopped the problem. So it was nothing to do. So they just fast explain using religion. They just want to for social media, just for the the lights and the views. They just crashing experience something. Just last in Yemen, it was one of the biggest, the deepest water queen. It's so deep, nobody called reaches. Only one expedition from Oman. Last month, they
Sea
went there.
Trench.
Yeah, you know it, right? Yeah, so they went there and they go down. There is nothing, only water and some snack and something. And they've been saying it's full by diamond. And since Masar of Rasulullah saying it is the worst hole in the earth and nobody can touch it. And the people scared even to come around the area. And no development in that area because of this, because they believe in people. And the hadith is Sahih, nothing to do with the truth. And they come with some helicopter, they send drone, they went down, clean water can be good for tourism, then now they will start having tourism. So while our ignorance and what is, as I said, parapsychological leads keep us like that, we don't benefit from some environment. There are many places in the earth until now we cannot reach because we can believe in people that is dangerous and good diamond, but phenomenon in its name. Like the triangle,
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle also, so many lies, so many stories, so many that is swallowed the aeroplanes and this and this and this. People who want to benefit, write a book and do something to people, they always try to explain with the way that the people like. But in fact, it was nothing really strong gravitation. That's a very strong magnetic resonance. Yeah, that's it. No.
Yes, doctor. So we have to begin with education to tell people that many psychics or what do you call it, false practitioners of psychology use parapsychology as a tool to attract people because people must believe. And through mediums like parapsychology and social media, we use them as a tool to attract people. And that's why we need to begin with education. And as Dr. have said, the government have to take actions on this. They need to use their powers to apply suitable policies in their education to ensure that people do not misuse, and also people have to try to balance their beliefs with reality. We shouldn't be too fast to quickly judge whether something is paranormal or if there is a scientific explanation to everything. They shouldn't be too quick to make conclusions that everything is paranormal. Even though we are living in a very superstitious culture, a religious, spiritually inclined culture, we need to learn how to balance our beliefs rather than believing in parapsychology that is being taught by these false psychics. Right, doctor? So the next question would be, let's say parapsychology has become a medical science, and we have so many instruments that could measure paranormal activities and all these psychic phenomena. If that really happens in the future, maybe in the next 100 years or something, will scientists from other countries use this knowledge of parapsychology for good or for bad? Since the paranormal can, according to many, affect physical reality. So if we manage to make the paranormal into something scientific so we can control it, will we use it for good or for bad?
Actually, European went through this problem before this, and in the time when the Catholicism was controlling Europe, there was a lot of misuse of religion in all sense, from the top, from the public community, to the medical health, education, and the revolt. against everything. In the revolt against everything, they focus on what is parapsychological and what is normal only. And the mistake in this, they use in everything because there is absolutely nothing we can deny absolutely. We are not God. We just try to analyze with the science that we have. For example, what happened to Europe? What happened? I tried to give a similar of some countries like Iran. Iran, for example, with the Shah.
Yes, the resolution before the
Yeah. When Akuma came to Iran, he destroyed all what is psychological and parapsychological and everything, and he founded Islamic State. Based on what he believed that everything is not correct and everything is not scientist, and what is scientist is only what he believes and his scholars. And Iran, in about 20 years, became the most country that got the highest amount of the psychiatrist problem and neurology problem. And because he finished even the papers and the center and the institutes and the mosques. I'm not saying the mosque and ustaz and are all absolutely doing wrong. There are things that works and we need it as one of our medical care system not able to attend all the people. If you go to hospital now, it take few months. So while we are correcting this, we have to get it. When we have like village, empty is become a very big problem. This we can become a high amount of suicide. We have high problems in Malaysia, the country. We see happiness down, more stress, more problems. So these things are very, very serious. So if you have to take actions, please have to balance. Take actions against I think we need out of science, issues, and support the other establishments, either religion or political, to take in charge and do the job professionally.
Exactly. So, for example, Iran, because the government themselves actually created their own political ideas and also they neglect the people in terms of their mental health. And Iranians,
Sorry to add one more constraint. Sweden, the best countries in the world, like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Canada, they went too strong in this, what I'm saying, parapsychology and together with police, federal of the government to take action. And they become highest in drug and suicide and in atheism. Because they remove something and they didn't like somebody threw the furniture from the house and back to sleep on the floor. There is nothing. So you cannot just take action strongly without get what they going to use. So those countries are even having the law that allow you to suicide when you just want. You just want to suicide, you decide, you fill out the form, small police station, then you go hospital, one injection, already done. Why? Because they're super empty psychologically and because they cross the church, revolution against the church, and the revolution against all those what we call bomb or Christian or this, and they stay facing the nature and they feel in what is the balance, how they balance their spiritual life and their physical life. So they become only materialistic, living with what is they have. And happiness cannot come when you have a house and car and salary and everything. You will have a huge problem when you have everything. Because we are, as a human being, we need something for our spirit, what is religion, what is Ibadah, what is worshiping God, etc. As we need food, and house and car in other place. So people who focus on only material, they suicide. People who are used in focusing like Sufism, are used in focusing on spiritual so much, they have a problem also. They don't produce much, they don't have time with their children and wives, so they always worshiping God and also suicide. So good balance in between all.
Yes, as Doctor has said, countries, developed countries, especially like Sweden, they severe everything that is spiritual. They became more secular, and from that, it affect the mental health of the people. They become more, in a way, inhuman because they lack this psychological support, and they don't believe in it anymore. And psychological support comes from many different areas, not only in hospitals, as Dr. said. Even Ustad, they can provide psychological support if they know what they're doing, rather than using false psychology or false neuropsychology to profit from people. And Dr. have also said that it is very important that we have to balance our belief with reality. For example, those Sufi or Tasawwuf practitioners in Turkey, sometimes they take it to the extreme that they don't get married, they don't live a married life, and they just say that they will worship God every moment, and they don't have anything else to do but to worship God. In a way, they're neglecting their socialization life, their life, and by doing so, they lead an imbalanced life. Too much belief, less into reality. So we have to try our best to know when to use our belief for good and when to become a rational person in solving problems rather than simply saying things happen because of paranormal activities. If we are sick, oh, it's because of gene possessed me. But that's not correct. We have to think rationally. We need to balance our belief with reality. So that's all for today. The questions. The audience, do you have any questions to forward to Doctor? And Doctor will answer them. I will limit it to only two questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Nijman. So, how we can differentiate between parapsychology and also pseudopsychology? Because I feel like it's almost the same, but it's not the same. But
Psychology,
pseudopsychology. Yeah. So how we can differentiate? Because like when we explain it to people, people might say, "This is pseudo, not parapsychology," for example. Because it's no scientific basis, right? So like how do you want to clarify those two terms? Thank you.
okay, to differentiate or distinguish between, there are always names of certain, actually parapsychology itself is not a science, it's a way of research. It's never been labeled science. Science, something that we can take to laboratory and we prove it exists. Parapsychology field are from clairvoyance and others and others. So they are all suspected science. So we do parapsychology, we consider it parapsychology to check one by one. There are until now, according to the American Institute of Parapsychology, 150,000 are all handled until now. There is no one that solved it because all cannot prove scientifically. And pseudo psychology is something like we find just a competition between two research and some other way have the own theory a bit different and they use different equipment to research and they consider it as a pseudo psychology.
So basically, we can differentiate pseudopsychology and parapsychology through the research side. for example, Dr. said, parapsychology is not a science, it's not a field of science, but a form of research method, design technique. And psychology is similar in that way that it manipulates theories and it manipulates the participants to create a false science that they say is correct. They use them to confirm their beliefs. That's why,
challenging them, like otherwise they push it into more research.
I hope that answers your question. We have time for another question. One final question. Is there any question from the audience?
Maybe Dr. William can share with us some cases of he did conduct share with me some in Iran, in Arab Saudi, in what?
Something like
Case.
somebody been possessed.
Yes. The man had been depressed because of someone say that he have some illness. You did share something like this.
Yeah. That's nice. It's amazing to share with you. That's if you hear it properly, you will not face this problem anymore in your future life. That being also to me maybe 20 or 19 years ago. Some people, when they first meet me in Morocco, they told me you are unbeliever. I said, I believe in God, I believe in Quran, I believe in Hadith. They say, why you don't believe in jinn? I say, I believe in jinn, but I don't believe in jinn that enter the body of people. So they told me, let's challenge now. We have somebody just here, and this Ustad every week go to exalt him, pray Quran for him, etc. And we challenge. They said, if you challenge, we bring camera and some witness, because I don't waste my time. If I do it, must do properly. Don't waste it, must be secure with witness and camera. And I challenge. I went, I see the family used to Ustad man always coming. They welcome him. And the Ustad start reading the Quran, and the boys start screaming and manifesting and becoming jinn as he believed the comportment of jinn according to his knowledge. Then I said to him, you take your time, then when I take my time, let's do what you want to do. Then he keep asking him, I said to him, you are jinn from Senegal. And Morocco to Mauritania is another country to go to Senegal. I said to him, okay, the jinn from Senegal. Can you talk to him? Can you try now? Then he told me, yes, he's a jinn now. When I read Quran, the man, the jinn who is inside him is talking now, not the man. I said to the boy, look at me, look at my eyes. You are from Senegal? You are the jinn now talking to me? He said, yes. I said, where from Senegal? I've been in Senegal. He said, I don't know. Okay. Which language you speak? Senegal, they speak. He told me they speak French. I said, no, they don't speak French. It's like English in Malaysia. Malaysia speak Malay. So I said to the mother and the father and family, this Ustad, he's the one who put this data in his mind. Like he formatted like a computer. You keep giving data, then he give you back. Because he always come to him, and every time he come, he gets 100 RM, for example, he gets lunch, he gets money, so he's doing this. So I easily consult the boy. I told to the boy, look at me, you are the one who talking, there is nothing in you. You only manifesting, reacting, and you consider yourself. With Cartoon Network you watch, because it's about 17 years, you watch cartoon, you watch movie, you watch error, then you keep on acting. Manifested like something that I can't live down. Then I told to the family, the more this Ustad doesn't come, this boy will back to his normal life and will cure. That's it. Too simple. And in Quran, if somebody lie you, say there is in Quran, you say, well, there is nothing in Quran, 68. And in Hadith, we have 7,000 in Al-Bukhari and 4,000 in Sahih Muslim. Those are considered for the majlis of scholar we use the hadith from them. Other than that, is hadith and something we don't, because it's suspicious hadith we don't use. So there is nothing in Quran and in those two hadith that's ada jinn masuk body of people and body units. Absolutely not. But those liars, because they want to make money, want to misuse Quran. Quran is to learn it, to understand it, and to tahfid it to people. Not to treat people sick. People sick must go to hospital, and talk to them and they become healthy. That's all.
Yes, doctor. Those are some of the cases that you have experienced, and they are using psychology as a tool to attract people and profit from people. And that's how we should know how to identify when they are using it for profit. For example, the boy that Dr. met, he is being programmed since he was little, all the information about the gene and all that. And when Dr. met him, it was given that fact that all his suppressed memories happen to just fall out when once the start goes to activate the suppressed memory in him. So it's not because of gene possession, it's psychological phenomenon, it's not a paranormal one. Now people keep on using paranormal parapsychology as an excuse to give answers to things like that. Yes. I think that's all for today. And thank you, Doctor, for being here with us. And I hope that you had a wonderful and splendid day. Thank you very much.
I would like to be longer than that, but can we again?
Sure, Doctor. Do we still have time? If we have time, perhaps we can increase it.
Because mereka nanti ada
But you have something else first.
Aziz, you want to ask question?
Any question?
Yes, Doctor. We have a lot of experience overseas working on people. Right, so we still have some time, Doctor, so why not we continue talking about parapsychology in more in depth. I did study a lot psychology of religion, and somehow I think that religion and parapsychology are very closely connected. When, for example, you see, we experience kind of paranormal phenomena. We try to explain those paranormal phenomena with religion. So, Doctor, I have a question here from you. Can religion be used as a substitute to explain paranormal phenomena if parapsychology fails to explain it?
I don't believe about religion clash absolutely with religion. Religion is totally, absolutely correct. What do you mean mention talk about Quran? Quran describe astrology, meditation. And you know, I didn't found any clashes between Quran and parapsychology. Parapsychology is studied, of course, those who are Muslim working in parapsychology and not working agenda against the religion. If somebody agenda try to find any reason just for unfair purposes, for some type of political purposes, they try to create problems, small issues between friends. They went to Azhar to ask whether we can ask to your woman in France to remove the scarf. Because this tradition doesn't allow woman to secure the scarf. So So that's just nothing to do with parapsychology. This is just bad arts and this is those feelings and stuff like that. Evil, violence, spirits, those things are absolutely clearly from the big scholar, I mean, also we have the small people. Big scholar,
They have to break them ourselves.
scholars, big scholar, they are very, very
Yes, 100%. So there's no clashes in science itself with religion, but if people use science or religion for profit, for example, when it comes to science, people claim that parapsychology is actually proving the existence of paranormal activity through science, and religion using religion as a tool to steer political unrest, for example, using France trying to ban wearing headscarf in the country. We shouldn't be able, we shouldn't use religion or science for our own benefit, for our own egoistic objectives. So that's very important that we try to maintain good balance belief in science and also in religion so that it doesn't harm people. That's the focus of science and the focus of religion. For example, in science we have ethics, and we have to follow those ethics. And in religion, for example, in Islamic teaching, we have not-for-sin. We follow the not-for-sin. We shouldn't be doing harm to people. Because that's the focus of science and religion, to bring good to the entirety of mankind. I think that's all for today. Yes, thank you, Doctor, for being here. Yes, thank you, Professor. And thank you, Professor Aziz. Yes, I'll pass the mic to the floor manager. Can the usher come here, please? So let's call Doctor.
Thank you, Sean. Congratulations, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.